it's Josh here, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to once again another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to build the end of your catwalks right here. Now these go hand in hand with my catwalk tutorial that I did a couple weeks ago, as well as the supports tutorial I did about a week ago. So if you haven't already, check those two out because they'll very much help you. But as you can see, it's basically just this nice little simple end to your catwalk that goes under your pre-drop. There's also a way to make this work if you don't have a pre-drop and just have an actual drop, which I'll kind of show you a bit later. But anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, just straight off the bat right here, I'd just like to point out that this is going to be different depending on what sort of drop you have here and what sort of actual incline you've got and how quick that incline goes flat, as you can see right here, and stuff like that. So to make this a little bit easier, what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to do it very roughly, but I'm not going to be showing you everything because it kind of depends on what actual coaster you've got. But first of all, what you can see is what I've done is I've rotated these round on a 10-degree axis as they rotate round like so. We have this nice flat bit here, and as you can see, I've brought the fence up just as I did down here, bringing it going all the way around. Again, watch the Catwalks tutorial if you haven't seen that. And as you can see, I also bring the roof trims going all the way along. It's important to note that the roof trims are an entire block long, so make sure to kind of, take that into account. Unless you want to be using these small roof trims right here, which you may have to in some situations, as you can see right here. But long story short, after you've brought those all the way along, what I'm doing is just bringing these down again on 10-degree angles right here until we get to 50 degrees. So these stairs right here are at a 50-degree angle, which is a very steep angle, but after all, this is kind of a maintenance area, not really a place for people to walk up and down unless they're actually maintenance crew. So now we get into the part where I can actually show you. So straight off, what we need to do is bring a roof in right here. Make sure that we have precision build mode enabled on right here. I'm just going to bring this up on a quarter snapping and make sure that we're in the center of this right here. You should be, but you might not be. Now this completely depends on how low you want to have this down. I've had a very big debate with a lot of people on whether this is too low down or too high up or whatever, and really it's kind of up to you because it depends on your coaster. There's no special blueprint that B&M use and they go, well, this is the distance on every single one of our coasters, so it's completely up to you whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to lower mine down just to around this sort of area right here, and then as you can see, I've already done half of this, so I'm going to be building our part that we're going to be showing you right here on the opposite side. Bring that all the way along. I'm going for 3 right here, although you can go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. And as you can see, I've done one slight issue right here where I've actually gone over a bit, but that's just because I've already built half of it, I guess. So we're just going to ignore that. Don't worry about it. Now to actually add our walkway in right here, what we want to do is just go into here by holding shift and clicking on our picker right here. We want to go into primitives, or we can just actually search for flat right here. I'm going to set my custom snap in here to 0.1, and we're just going to lower this down like so. And of course, we're going to give that a lovely paint right here. Obviously, I recommend painting this the same color you've used for the rest of your catwalk, although it obviously doesn't need to be orange. Now, obviously, this path right here should connect into your ladders if you've done everything correct right here that you've done on the other side, or your steps, whatever you want to call it. So make sure it actually, fits into there and is in the right place. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our edges in right here. Now, obviously, you already know how to do that if you've done the rest of your catwalk right here, so I'm going to quickly do that as well as the fence. Just one thing I want to point out before I do that, I have actually brought this fence in so it's halfway right here. Here you can see we've brought it to about this point. It completely depends on how long you want to do this. You might be able to do this a little bit better, but I've just gone for this sort of design. Do whatever you want with the fence, honestly, as long as it looks nice, I guess.
2,000 years later.
And there you go. Through the magic of editing, we've now got a full catwalk. And we're almost done now, actually. All we've got to do is add our supports in underneath right here. Now, these are, as you guessed, the exact same as we've done for our catwalks over here, but I am going to show you how to do these because they are slightly different. Now, what I recommend before doing this is actually placing some terrain underneath that you can stand on because I'm absolutely sick to death of falling. But what we want to do is just come in here with our picker, hold shift and click, and we want to find our pole like so. After we've rotated that round and just placed it in, we can then bring another one in on 45 degrees snapping right here, and we can just bring this pole in like so. Almost said bar there. And then of course we want to bring in our final bar right here and just make sure that everything lines up. It's not going to right here because I've already done half of it, but just make sure everything right here just lines up all nicely, and then you can give that a lovely paint. Of course, bring a couple more of these all the way along like so. Just adding these in makes it a lot more realistic, as obviously this needs to be supported somehow, and seeing as it's not being supported by the actual coaster, it kind of needs these supports to stay up and, not break. But this all depends on how long your actual catwalk is right here, so of course extend this out as much as you need and add as many of these supports in as you also need. The one thing that I did also want to quickly go through right here, because like I said at the start, it may depend on whether you've got a pre-drop or not, is if you've actually just got this going straight into a drop right here, what I recommend doing is not adding this middle piece in right here and just adding one single flat piece in right here. So you'll delete all of this off right here and you'll just have this one piece and add some rails around here. I don't know why it's like that, but it'll basically likely mean that the coaster won't actually crash into it, hopefully, if you've done this right here, and it'll also just add a bit of maintenance area in, I think, right here. But no, that's pretty much everything to know right here. I know this hasn't been a very traditional tutorial, but I hope this has still helped you guys out. Here's all the lovely channel members and Discord server boosters on the screen. Thank you all so much for supporting me, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to become a channel member yourself, you can click that join button down below. It's only 99p or $1.30 a month, and you get early access to videos, early access to 𝗬𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗏 park themes, sneak peeks, and so much more. So if you'd like to support me that little bit extra, don't forget to check that out by hitting that join button down below. But except from that, guys, I'd of course appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe, and if you want notified next time I upload, make sure to hit the bell button down below. But anyway, I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you all in another video. Goodbye.